Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Having a Great Day Show. This is a platform where we come to have general life questions,
Yes.
spiritual matters,
Yeah.
and for us it's a conversation that we love to have
Yes.
with you. And when we are having it, we want to include other people who are outside,
Yes.
people who are passing by kwa YouTube akipita tu akiona, maybe they can stumble by it and
Yes.
get to learn something or two. So today we have an interesting topic and I'm excited. We want to talk about relationships. Relationships. There are many types of relationships, but today we want to specifically talk about romantic relationship. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I want to learn. Please, myself, I have found myself in relationships whereby you don't know what to do,
Okay.
you don't know what to expect, and a lot of many other things.
Yeah.
And I believe there's someone who is also a victim out there.
Okay.
So maybe we can talk about generally, maybe the things that we should expect or how we should go when we are entering into a romantic relationship.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
what I'm going to talk about,
Yeah.
for me to come with this topic, I go to prayer, then the Holy Spirit will speak to me
Yes.
what I'm supposed to speak about.
Yeah.
And I think maybe this came by because I think a lot of people are being affected by this.
Yeah.
And sometimes in our generation, it's turning out to be very dangerous.
Yes.
Relationships are turning out to be very risky and dangerous.
Yeah.
And the endings are so bad. You see, so I think that's why I was given this topic to talk about. I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
And another disclaimer that I can make is sometimes romantic relationships are a very sensitive topic because you see it involves emotion.
Yeah.
So and someone was involved emotionally,
Yeah.
they can't be advised.
Yes.
You know,
What? Yeah.
It's very hard to advise someone.
Actually, there's a quote that says mtu mgumu kwa
Kwa
advice
advice
ni
ni
yule
mtu ako kwa
in love.
in love. So
Yeah.
but anyway, we are going to talk about, but how I want to talk about it, not because I'm not an expert. I can't say that I'm an expert in relationship.
But
Maybe we can
from
just
your
speak about
observation,
we can just speak about the checks, what you're supposed to look for.
Okay.
Because I believe there is that time that mtu amekukatia, and there is that time that you're supposed to think, because you don't just get, okay, there is that first love, decide whatever.
Yeah.
But now there is that time. Everyone has a time to think whether this person is right for me. So I think the check that you're supposed to look out for is what I'm going to talk about today. And maybe not exalt everything, but the things that I feel that are important. One of the points that I can say is like we do an interview. You see, we do an interview for someone maybe is getting hired for a company. What the people who are conducting the interview does, they reflect that person with the way they are talking.
Okay.
Make him enter in the company imaginary,
Okay.
and fit them in the position they want to fit them, to see whether they can fit.
All right.
So we are talking about maybe 2-3 years in the company, or maybe months in the company.
Yeah.
So even in a relationship, I believe that you're not just supposed to look at that time.
Okay.
You're supposed to know, especially if a romantic relationship, you're supposed to check, what about the 5 years, 10 years to come? Because all of us, we dream to enter into a relationship that are going to last for a lifetime.
Yes.
Maybe get old with this person, that kind of relationship.
Yes.
And that's what it's supposed to be. I believe so.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So maybe one of the things that I'm supposed to, that especially maybe facing it, I'm not a man, I'm a lady. So facing it in a women perspective is one of the topics that one of the point that I can point out is this one. Can this person be able to handle you at your brightest?
At your brightest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you see, let's say that you are starting a career, or maybe you are just somewhere in life.
Yeah.
But maybe God blesses you with a career, with a lot of money. Can this someone be able to celebrate you and handle you at your brightest?
Okay.
Because you see, once you don't figure yourself that way, what will happen is that once you rise, this person becomes your enemy.
Wow.
So you're supposed to figure yourself. The same person, yes. It is not. It is very important to understand that sometimes you are able to handle people at a certain level. You see, someone maybe can love you as long as you are not empowered, and as long as you don't have finance, they can be able to handle you.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're
just manageable.
You are manageable.
Yeah.
But once you become the brightest, they might not be able to handle you. So if you are looking to a forever kind of, you need to figure, can this person be able to stay with me and handle me at my brightest?
A very good point. Do they have the capacity?
Yes, do they have
to
the
accommodate
capacity?
me at
and
my
especially,
highest?
yes, especially for women, sometimes the men can feel intimidated by the success of a woman, maybe money-wise, maybe power-wise, you see, and they feel, I cannot be able to handle this woman as long as she's on the top. So you're supposed to consider, once I'm entering this relationship, can this person be able to handle me when I'm at my brightest?
Wow.
Maybe I'm the manager manager of the company, I'm the CEO of the company. You see, I
Wow.
have a lot of money, I have a bigger
Yes.
salary than him. Can this person keep on clapping for you, even
Wow.
at the top?
Okay.
Yes,
That's
that is
something that should be put in the list,
yes,
checklist.
yeah, checklist.
Yeah.
That time ya kufikiria, is this person good for me?
Yes.
But imagine yourself at your highest, maybe at the career ladder where you want to go, where you want to
Even
get.
for men.
Because even for men,
Okay.
because you see, can this person be able to handle your success?
Yeah.
You see, once you are brightest, once you are financially stable,
Yeah.
once you are powerful, will
Yeah.
the person be able to handle you? Can they still be clapping for you?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, that's
Yeah.
a good one. Because
Yes.
I believe that right now in our generation,
Mhm.
looking at it, a lot of relationships are breaking
Yeah.
once people get into a certain level.
A certain
It's
level.
because they did not have that
Yeah,
in their
and if you're not
checklist.
careful, maybe
Yeah.
to check such things, if this person is not able to handle your success, what will happen is that they will bring you down.
Wow.
Yes, and especially for women, I don't know what happens to the women when they fall in love.
Yeah.
So that because when they think that this person you're in love with tells you something, it gets into you. But you know, I believe it's a curse. Sorry to put it that way, but Eve was told by God when she sinned against God, she was told that you'll be following this person to fulfill your desires.
What?
You see, so it's a matter of being committed to this person. And it's like you don't even have control over it. You see, so be very careful, because this person might even prevent you from becoming, because they are feeling threatened.
Wow.
You see, of the person you're becoming. So you're supposed to figure yourself, even if right now maybe mapenzi ni mengi, you're supposed to figure yourself, can this person that I'm going with able to handle me when I'm at my brightest? Yes.
I think now I'm getting it from what you've said when
Yes.
God told, woman, you'll be following this man.
Yes.
Now I get why you're saying that we need to observe first, can this person manage you? Because you can get the wrong person,
because
and then you
every
lose
other
yourself.
person, whether you're in a relationship or you are not, as long as you are a human being, everyone deserves to grow in a career, everyone to be successful, everyone to have financial security, everyone to shine.
Everyone,
yes. That's our desire, and that's why we have goals and dreams. That's why you have dreamers. I have dreamers, Gladys. No, you see, if I achieve all my dreams, can the person that I have, I'm in a relationship, be able to handle me when I'm that successful?
At your highest.
Yes, and not bring me down. And not be a stumbling block for my success.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that is something we need to check.
That's something we need to check.
Okay.
Another thing is the stress management.
Management.
Yes, I think I ever talked about this topic in once of our conversation.
Yeah.
And stress management is this way. You see, and that's why our generation, there are so many killings, I believe.
Yes.
Because you don't figure out, you've never seen this person at their worst, how they react when they are stressed out. Maybe when you're not in agreement, that is something that you're supposed to consider.
Okay.
If the person maybe gets angry and start throwing everything and starting taking knives and starting sorting you, you see, I don't think that's something you can be able to handle. Okay. So before you get really committed to that relationship, just see this person, how they can handle their worst. At their worst, you see, when they are stressed up, when things are not going their way, how do they behave? You're supposed to be able to handle that. You see, at least you have seen this person. When they get angry, maybe they withdraw. You're okay with that and you're comfortable with that. But when the person that gets stressed up and starts saying, maybe I'm going to commit suicide, I can kill you, you know what, starting insulting, that at the end of it all, that's going to be a disaster to you. When you are in love so much, you don't think about that. It's very important to look forward,
because this is a person you're going to live with.
Yes, to live with, and maybe spend the rest of your life with. Are you able to handle their stress?
Okay.
Yes. Are you okay? Because let's not assume, because bad days come.
They do, and they will always be there.
They always come. So you're supposed to be sure that even if this person gets stressed out, I'm able to handle them.
Am I able to manage?
Yes.
When they are stressed out, can I manage who they are?
Because
sometimes you can even notice siwezani.
Unaona mtu mwingine sijui anarusha nini, anarusha TV, anajirusha, mwingine anaanza madhara za suicide. Mwingine anasema nitakuua. At least you should be sure that the person that I'm handling, and the person, because worst days will always come. Let us not lie to ourselves. So when that day comes, are you able to handle that person?
Are you able to handle that?
Are you able to handle that person?
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. I think that is something that we don't often talk about.
Yeah, we don't.
And then when you get there, there are people who have killed each other.
Yes, actually, people actually discover how people handle stress when it's already the worst. Maybe that person has already injured you and you're in hospital, that's why you can cry.
Or you're in counseling sessions.
Yes, you're
abuse.
Your mind is not working.
Yeah.
Yes.
you need to know how
To
this
handle.
person,
Yes, how this
stress
person,
management,
yeah,
how do they
stress
manage their
management.
stress?
How do they handle
Yeah, because
their
it's
stress?
gonna, how they manage it, it's going to
It's
affect
going to
you.
affect you.
And can you manage that?
Yes.
What? Don't be too blinded
Don't-
in
yes.
life. That's what I feel like you're telling me. Don't be too,
Yeah.
you know. And I feel like sometimes
Mhm.
in this stage, before we get into a relationship, as you're getting to know the person,
Mhm.
now these are the times you need to observe such things.
Yeah.
Because once you've
Yes,
fallen in love,
before,
some things might
before
be
you see there's that tuka period too.
period,
Hata
yeah.
wasichana wachache wanasema wacha kwanza niombe. Hako ka
Kwanza
stage,
niombe.
you know.
Yeah.
That's
Na
the
feel ni
one
kama
that
niko
is-
hapo Yes.
Unafeel kwa-
Ni kama niko hapo. You're in my business, Gladys. Today you've been
So this is relevant to you.
This is
Personal.
familiar.
It
It's
is
very
personal.
personal, yes.
So another point that we can talk about is that avoid expectations.
Avoid expectations.
Yes, because expectation is the mother of frustrations. I think there is that. I don't know what happens to the brain when someone falls in love, because you don't see the wrong of
it
this
goes
person.
into the default settings.
I think
You don't think
the mind stop functioning. Maybe, I don't know. But what I can speak about this is that avoid so much expectations, because expectations is the mother of frustration. As in, okay, there's that mentality that you usually have, that the person that I'm dating is perfect.
Yes.
There's no one who is perfect.
Yes.
And there is no perfect moment. So what happens? Avoid so much expectation. As in, let the person be. If I'm to combine expectation, I would also say, let the person be.
Let the person be.
Yes, because you see, sometimes we expect so much. Let me put it this way: as in, let the person be the person they are,
without me
questioning who they are. That is very important, because what happens? Something maybe sometimes before I come to speak about this topic, I think through and through. And maybe one of the things that I can talk about, most of people when they are dating, when they're starting to date, if a man notices that you want something, he's going to camouflage to that person. Then once you get married, the true colors comes out.
And that's
why
who
you
they
say,
were, yeah.
That's why people say that when people get married, they change. It's because they are tired of pretending. So the best way to do this is let the person be. Let them communicate
as early as possible.
Yes. Let the person communicate how they want to communicate.
In their own terms.
Let the person find their own happiness. Let the person be them without you pushing them to the person you want them to become. You see?
Yeah. Hapo ladies hapo. Nikiwa
Hapo
mmoja wao. Hapo
because sometimes
tunashinda.
you have an imaginary person, and especially I think in our generation that every person has a say. There's a lot of advices. You know, a guy is supposed to call you every night. A guy is supposed to text you every morning.
Like for me, kwanza mina, I want to be called every time.
A guy is supposed to text you girlfriend allowance. You know, if know just your person. Know your person for who they are. What do they like doing? How can they manage? How can they afford? You know, so that you don't push this person too much to camouflage to someone they are not.
They are not.
Then in future, and they come and you will not take the real person.
Yeah,
you know?
And by that time, it's too late.
It's too late. There's nothing you can do. So let the person be.
Yeah.
Do not have unnecessary expectation. Let the person be. And if I'm to connect that thing, I can also say, let each person find their own happiness. You know,
I find mine.
Because sometimes when you can do what you're happy with, and I can do what I'm happy with, let's say it's a relationship setup. You see, when you are able to find, because I think it's a myth. I don't know. I see it as a lie that when you come together, relationship is happiness. Because it is happiness to some extent. Because at least you got something that's going to love you. But again, there's an extent of it. There's something that you can never like to yourself. We cannot all like the same thing. So let the person go for what they like.
If
and what
they love football,
doing.
Allow them to football.
You know, and again, that's when now you come together. When someone has already enjoyed their part, you're able to come together.
And you have something to talk about.
Yes. But no, you can't say that just because you're in a relationship with someone, you expect even your hobbies maybe to be the same. Maybe I don't like football. You're supposed to understand it. Maybe you don't like dancing. Maybe I love dancing. So let the person dance. Let me go for football, you know. Let the person be. Because I think sometimes you can get boring because this person is it's not letting you become the person you want to become. You see, because you are squeezing me to love football and don't love it. You see, how long can I pretend?
You cannot pretend forever.
I cannot be me. Okay, there is that sacrificial part. Maybe I'm supposed to sacrifice myself for your sake. But me, my stand is just go for what you love, and I go for what you love. Then that is it. Yes.
Wow. Drop your expectations, you guys. Have you had that?
I
And I
know
feel
it.
like that package, as you're talking about it, this
Uh-huh.
is what I'm thinking about.
Mhm.
For me to let the person be, I also need to be whole in self-awareness.
Yes,
what I
self-awareness.
want.
Yeah, now self-awareness is another
Yeah.
point actually.
Okay.
You see, when you know yourself so much, you cannot be affected by the other person so much.
That's deep.
Yes.
That's
You'll
deep.
not be affected by the other person so much because you know this is Gladys, this is what I like, I am me, I have the
And I'm rooted
self-confidence.
in these
Yes,
things.
yes, I'm coming this person as a whole and it's coming as a whole. You see, mimi
Yeah.
najijua, unajijua.
Yeah.
So hapa tunakuja tu for a relationship, you know. But now, if you are not if you don't know yourself so
Yeah.
much, let's say that maybe you are dating a toxic person.
Yes.
It is very easy to be carried away to the side of toxicity because you
Okay.
don't know yourself.
Okay.
But once you know yourself, self-awareness is very important in a relationship. You know, as in it is you know, it is Maggie and I know I'm Gladys. We are just in a relationship and nothing more. You know, yes. As in, first know your identity.
Know your
Identity is very important. You know, so that even if the other party is to tell you to do some queer things, you know that I don't do this.
I cannot do
These
this. Are my core values.
Yes.
And I cannot compromise.
I cannot compromise them. Yeah.
nice.
Because sometimes you go too far and sometimes maybe you feel that you did too much for a relationship so that
and
by the
didn't even
by the
work
time
out.
you come out of it, you don't even recognize yourself. It's because you are never even self-aware by the time you are entering into
So
it.
you would recommend before I get into a relationship, I invest into self-awareness. Go for games,
Yes.
do things,
Yes,
find
do
what
things
is
for
mine.
you. You know, it is very important to go away from the world. And I think I've ever had this. I had on this topic maybe in a different forum.
Yeah.
But you see, you are supposed to know who is Gladys before the world define me.
What does she
who
love?
Gladys?
Yes.
Who Gladys is.
Yeah.
Before I try to sink into someone. Who is Gladys? What do I love?
Okay.
You see, what are my dreams? What are my goals? What do
are
I
my
want to
ambitions?
achieve?
Yes.
And the moment now those self-awareness brings self-confidence and also brings high self-esteem.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And actually, once you have the self-esteem and when you are so much aware of yourself, you attract your kind. Yes.
Kwa hivyo I cannot attract someone
even,
below
let
me.
Let me, before I forget this statement, romantic relationship, you don't attract the person you want, you attract the person you are.
I think now I understand why you've said we need to invest in self-awareness.
Yes. So once you are
whole,
whole, you attract another whole person. Once you are broken, most likely you attract the broken part of you.
So the people I attract
is who you are. The power of attraction, the law of attraction is you attract who you are, not who you want.
Who you want is not your type.
You see, you can never manipulate the laws of the universe.
What?
The law of the universe can never be manipulated.
Yeah.
So you always attract your kind.
Wow.
Yes. So if you want to attract a high value woman or a high value man, work on yourself first. Become high value first so that you can attract high value. Don't expect to suffer from low self-esteem and expect that you're going to get a guy who has a high self-esteem.
Yeah.
No, you somehow, once you get to a relationship, you say, hapa tunafanana. Because that's what you attracted.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, that is so interesting.
Yes.
That is so interesting.
That's called the power of attraction. The law of attraction.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I believe that maybe someone, and myself, I'm going to evaluate the relationships that I've ever been in.
Yes.
Of course, it's even as a Christian, it's okay to date. And
actually, the best way, I remember Pastor JJ once said, sometimes ukapitia mahali, uone watu wanakuchokoza, the person mwenye anakuchokoza, ukimwangalia vizuri, that's your reflection. So if you think that you are attracting the wrong people, work on yourself. The problem is not those who are attracting, the problem it is you.
That which is in you that is attracting.
You see, it's a law of attraction. Yeah. And that law of attraction, if I'm supposed to talk about it, when how the universe operates, it's this way. Universe operates this way. It is frequency. It's not a person. It's not Gladys. Yeah. So this frequency will attract that frequency. So if you have the same frequency, muta attract yana nyinyi wawili. So it's beyond physical. Yes. Actually,
there was a time those who were Sewamta, they used to whisper for me. Nowadays they don't.
See, now you are
this is so personal.
Yes. So you attract who you are.
Okay.
Once you know that, if you don't like what you are attracting, work on yourself.
Actually, and I had never thought about that. I just worked on myself. And then Nika to grow your face.
Sindio?
Yeah. Hey,
So
that
it's a
is so
phase.
interesting.
Yeah, another point that I can say, it's avoid
Mhm.
attachments.
Avoid attachments.
Yes.
Please talk about that.
Attachment,
Mhm.
it's whereby that you feel entitled to this person. And of course, attachment attachment
A
is
form
very
of
blown.
expectation.
Yes, okay, not really expectation.
Mhm.
Attachment is whereby kuna tu hako ka entitlement to this person, and attachment can come to the material values, to your job, to the material things, to your car, to your house.
Yeah.
So those are the levels of attachment, or the things we can be attached to. So even when it comes to a person, sometimes we can develop an attachment with someone, and especially when you're in a relationship with them. And that's why the Bible says that where your heart is where your treasure is. You see, and that's why keep your treasures in heaven. You remember that Bible verse?
Yes,
where there are no ghosts and something. Because God knew that if we attach ourselves to the things of the world, we'll be carried away.
Including the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so avoid attachment. I know it is hard, but you're supposed not to be attached to that person. Just know that this person that I'm dating is a brother to someone, is a son to someone, is they are doing their job. Because you see, if attachments sounds like this, that you are so much entitled to this person, and especially with their time, so that you don't even give them to do other stuff.
And they had a life before they met me.
Yes. So that way you avoid suffocating this person, if I'm to use that one. So avoid attachment at all costs.
Avoid attachment.
Yes, at all costs.
Okay.
Yes.
Like attachment is you are saying
attachment is, if I'm to explain
it
in a small way, getting carried away by the person. Yes. Yes.
Like,
and if I'm to speak about
entitlement,
yes, a sense of entitlement, as in this person is supposed to be like I'm the girlfriend, supposed to call me every time, supposed to do. No.
If he does not do this.
Yes. You see, and attachments, once you have attachments, it comes with frustrations. You see, because again, you are afraid of losing it.
Yes.
And you see, maybe I can combine the two and say this, that when you are entering into a relationship, be open-minded, that it can work or it cannot work. That's the harsh reality. You know, but you have to admit
that truth is too bitter.
I know, but that's the harsh reality.
Me, I don't want to hear
it. No, and that's where now the attachments comes in. Once you go into a relationship with no attachment, you are open-minded. It can work or it cannot work. You see, because again, I believe so much in the power of destiny, and it's because we have Romans 8:28 that say that all things work together for good for them that love Christ, that are called according to his purpose. Verse 29 says that, and them that he called, he predestined.
Yeah.
So I believe so much in predestining myself, so that if that person is not part of my destiny, of course they'll find their way and they are going to go.
That is the universe pulling them away from you, because you're not.
Yes, God somehow at our pull, because if that person is not part of your destiny, that's the reality. So
I have to accept that.
You have to accept that.
So now that is.
So that's why I'm saying you need also to detach. Yes, because it might work, it might not work.
Oh, that's why you're telling me.
And that's why you're saying that so many people are in toxic relationship because they got so much attached.
Na anajua itawak.
Hata yeye anajua tu haiwork. Si hata itawak. Haiwork.
Actually, it's affecting me.
Yeah, but they cannot, because they're already too much attached.
Yeah.
So avoid attachment and be open-minded that it might work, it might not work.
It might not work.
Yes.
Hey, that's deep. You guys, have you ever gotten into a relationship whereby you need to know it might work or it might not work? Because I might not work. I really don't. I don't like thinking about it. It's good to be
open-minded, because once you face that way, I think it's very good. It's very important to be real with yourself, because in this life you can never lie to yourself, can never lie to God, you can never lie to the devil.
Yes.
So even you deep down, maybe you see things are not working, but you choose to settle, but because our African society or the society says that you need to be in a relationship. And that's why you find that so many people are in a relationship, not because necessarily they are happy or they are gaining something from a relationship. It's just because I'm supposed to be in a relationship. Another thing that you're supposed to understand, also count, what am I getting from this relationship? Is it making me better or is it making me worse? Never lie to yourself. You know?
Yes. What is it bringing out?
Yes, and that's why now I'm saying, like, if you see that the person is making you better, the relationship is supposed to be making you better than the person you are. If it's not, me by this
There's no point. Yeah, actually there's no point.
There's no point.
Yeah, because if it will not make you better, inakurudisha chini. Hautabaki
chini.
mahali
Yeah,
yako. It's
yeah.
true.
And especially for women, I've realized that for women, sometimes we can never go beyond what we got married to. Ni gumu sana upite bwanako because he's your head.
Yeah.
And you listen to so much the person that you fall in love with. So it is very hard to go beyond them. And it's very hard for a man to clap for you to see you pada the landa. So work on yourself. Me, what I'd advise people, work on yourself first. Maybe rediscover yourself. Maybe have that self-esteem and the self-confidence. You see, then now you can attract your kind so that you can be two complete people who are able to work on a relationship. Might work, might not work.
Might not
Yes.
work. Wow. I think when we get into a relationship with, so yeah, even if things will eventually not work out, at least when I got into it, I was open to it might work or it might not work.
Yes.
And that is now you. I feel like easy points zote zinaletana inanirudisha kwa don't get attached.
Yeah, don't get attached.
Yeah.
It's very hard. It's not easy, especially for women.
Yeah, because you're emotional. Yeah. But I
Women have
believe everything with self-awareness is achievable.
Attachment doesn't just come by. It's something that you train yourself. That I'm not going to be attached to anything that I have.
Self-control.
Not even the blessing that God has given me. Nothing.
Even the things. Yeah.
Yes, even things. Don't get attached. Don't get attached to things, material things. Don't get attached to your job, to your car, to your house, to the husband God is going to give you. Don't get attached to anything. That's how you don't even get attached to a person.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey. Okay. We have some growing to do because I believe the frustration yenye tuko nayo right now in our generation, it's because of lack of these things.
Yes.
Lack of these things.
And another thing before I forget, it's about the childhood trauma.
Childhood trauma.
Yes. At least you're supposed to trace huyu mtu kama alisava childhood trauma because we behave as per our past.
Okay.
Yes. It is very hard for me to come here and get angry if I've never dealt with anger before. I'm dealing with what I went through. So we behave as per our past.
Yeah.
So discover, does this person have a childhood trauma? Maybe that's why they're behaving how they are behaving. So once you understand where the person is coming from, their upbringing, you'll be able to understand them,
how to handle
how they are behaving now.
Yeah.
You can now connect the behaviors.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Study
Yes.
someone's
Because sometimes,
past.
we say that we leave the past, but at least it will help you understand where the person is coming from. Yes.
Yeah, because
maybe you can try to help them because the relationship, you can try to help them to be better. Maybe they are struggling with anger. Maybe they were never given enough love. Maybe they were never paid attention to. So you understand where this person is coming from. Once you understand where they are coming from, at least you are supposed to help them. Instead of judging, you are now going to help them. Okay. You see, it's not that you are studying them so that you can judge them. It's so that you can be able to help them. Yes. You see, maybe someone grew up with not having the attention from the parent, and he feels that he's deprived of the attention. So this person sometimes attention scares them. So you need to go most in a nice way until they get used to getting the attention, and it's not harming them. You see? Yes.
Whoa. Okay, that also matters. We need to know.
It really matters.
Yeah. Because
don't lie to yourself, because sometimes you need to know
you're judging without knowing the basis.
Just know where they are coming from. What was their bringing about? Did they have parents? Did they receive love? Were they given attention? So that now from there you are able to love this person better. Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes,
that's a key point. I needed that personally. Me, I don't study that, so I needed that in my relationship.
Me too, I need that.
I will work on I will make sure I study their childhood and see how. Because a lot of misunderstanding come from we don't know where this person is
you
coming
don't know.
from.
You are just judging them.
And everyone is attached to how they grew up.
Most of the time we really compare ourselves to maybe kwa nini jamaa who are behaving and you don't know where this person is coming from. So but just be patient with them, learn from where they are coming from, and now from there you are able to love them the right way.
Correct.
Yes.
And this is you also,
because you see, I told you that this person is not perfect. Lazima mtakwazana hapa na pale. But at least once you understand them, you see, go with the person in a relationship to understand them other than to judge them. But now in our generation we just expect perfection only. We don't take anything. But no one is perfect.
No one is perfect.
So just understand where they are coming from, so that you also understand how you can be able to help them.
Also, can you handle their level of trauma?
Yes, can you handle their level of trauma?
Yes. That's a good one.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Mm.
And because I feel like you've given us, is it 5 points? The one that I remember, attachments, but that was our third point.
Can someone handle you at your
Handle you
brightest?
at
Stress
your
management.
Stress management.
Yeah, self-care.
Self-care.
Childhood trauma.
Childhood trauma.
And expectations.
Expectations.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I believe if we work on those 4 points,
yes,
we will be in a better place.
Yes, as in just do that review before you enter into the actual relationship. You see, as you are praying for this relationship, because I don't believe there's the relationship that happens that you meet in the morning and in lunchtime you're already in love. Okay, I believe in love at first sight. Kujiambia tu kweli hakuna. So kuna hiyo tu hapo sasa communication naanzanga. There's that someone is given that space of rethinking. So as you are rethinking, think of these points.
Think about these points. Hi, amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We are always honored that you take time to share with us these points. And I believe me and other people, because this was highly for me.
I know.
And other people who will be able to listen to this and learn something, who will become better in how it is a checklist, relationship checklist.
Yes.
We will get this list tuweke kwa mfuko, and even as we're getting into the other relationships, tutaingia more wiser and more informed. Okay. So thank you so much. We are looking forward to hearing from you guys. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button so that you can be informed every time we upload a video. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.
Bye.